it should be a great one here between the Atlanta Falcons and the Las Vegas Raiders. Fall is in the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Going to throw right away. Out left, he's got it to Everett. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 12 yards on the gain. A great start for this offense.
And what a nice example there. A tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Throwing on first down is Carr. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down.
Well, one of the things we talked about coming into this was we were never going to question the fight that he's going to have for all 4 quarters of a game. But ideally, you want him fighting for big plays and first downs early, not fighting just to get back to the line of scrimmage, as we saw right there.
Throwing again on second down. Carr. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. And early on, they're picking up right where they left off last week.
And I know a lot of coaches say each game is its own. You don't really have carryover. This feels like carryover. So much confidence from the previous game that they're using to their advantage now.
Carr now on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The Raiders at 2-1 now to start the campaign. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. On play action, they'll throw. Escaping the pressure right. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
And, partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. And he's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
Into the red zone, it's Carr. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down.
Whenever I see an in-route dropped, as we just saw on that play, I'm always thinking that in the back of their mind, they're worried about what's coming at them because they're going towards traffic on that route as opposed to being away from it and maybe having a little bit more space.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on first down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
8th play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down. Now Carr. That is caught inside the 5. And the Raiders are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down, and this has been a great opening drive. You know, at this point, they'd hate to settle for 3, but they've created a fresh set of downs and a 1st and goal.
Carr going to throw. Flush to his right. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Jacobs fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, and now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
Touchdown, Raiders! A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Raiders are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. Braxton Berrios selected to bring it out. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble to bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. First carry now for Kareem Hunt. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. Taken down on the play by Aiden Hutchinson. Well, this defense for the Raiders, they were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
On second down, right back to Hunt. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Well, just 2 series in here, Charles, but everything's gone to script so far. They got a touchdown on their first drive. Their defense holds, and now they've got a chance to take a 2-score lead.
And to co-sign with you, exactly the start they scripted up. And really, that kind of start, that can set the tone for the game for them.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Counter play with Jacobs. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Give them 12 yards that time, and a Las Vegas first.
Give every member of that unit a ton of credit for ripping off such a big gain there, because you don't get free for that many yards on a counter or misdirection without everybody selling the heck out of it.
Carr now on 1st down. Going for the deep ball. And that is incomplete.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Here's Carr. And he'll let this go deep for Lazard. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, here's A.J. Cole to punt for the Raiders. A 45-yard punt, 4 there on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. At their own 27-yard line. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. They'll start with Hunt on the ground. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game. Trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Looking there for Pitts, but intercepted. Picked off by Rock Ya-Sin. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And this is taken in at the 5. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. It's a gain of 34.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. Now they'll put a receiver in motion left. Snap comes at 1, and it's Carr. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Raiders go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now 14-0. the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So not a lineman, but the tight end instead this time, drawing the holding call.
And more what you're getting with tight ends are guys who are much more receiver than blocker. They may be willing, but that might not be their thing. Oftentimes, they'll be
in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up 2nd.
What the goal is to get back into this game. The offense is certainly moving in the wrong direction. This is certainly a case where one team needs big splash plays right now, but unfortunately, it's the other team that's getting them.
They're going to look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season, and his problem with turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this first half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now after the INT, it's Carr. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
On 1st down, Carr. They swing that out wide to Jacobs. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. From 6 yards away. And the Raiders take a 3-touchdown lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now 21-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Berrios going to bring this out of the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid. Dropped at the 18. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Well, see, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down. Back to throw here. That's into the hands of Edwards. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it, because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic, and people want to put a little contact on him. Really well done.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses misses the target, incomplete.
Well, obviously searching for their first touchdown this game, partner, and that quick 3 and out, that's not going to achieve that at all. Give victory to the secondary there. They brought out tight coverage on that 3rd down snap.
Come on, set.
They're going to try and throw. And this will be caught by Edwards. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Let's go.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. Multiple players getting hurt there for an 8-yard loss. On now to punt, here's Bradley Pinion. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And with a 21-0 lead already, no need really to take any unnecessary risks. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. It'll be Falcons football, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Comes back with one complete. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. First target, first catch, and a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the counter, Hunt. And he loses the football a second time.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home, the next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Here's a 2nd and 7. He's got his man, London, right side. They'll give him 4 yards there, and this will wind up being a 3rd and 3.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose, and boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Looking to throw. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on third down, forcing the errant pass. Fourth down coming up.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Atlanta. This is taken at the 18. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. On play action, now Carr. Flushed out right. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
He finds his man, complete. That's Jacobs. And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on third. Carr now to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he is going to have the Raiders first down. They needed 4, he doubled that. He wound up getting 8. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And he's going to have the hook up to Schwartz. And he'll have it past midfield, almost to the 40 before being taken down. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open, just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Down inside the 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Third touchdown pass now for Derek Carr, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it is 28-0. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. Berrios now from his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. Now this throw caught left side, and he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. That's now 3 straight plays of over 15 yards and 3 straight first downs. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he completes it to Berrios. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. 16 yards, a little deja vu from the previous play where they got 16. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Flying in for that sack, Aiden Hutchinson. Defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward. And how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And the Raiders are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
On second down, here's Carr. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
To the sideline, he's got the catch, and he kept the feet in bounds. Well done. They have certainly looked his way in this third quarter. Another catch, and it's good for a first down. Again, it's Carr. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
6-18.
On play action, they'll throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at third down.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on second down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He doesn't scramble for a first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
And he's got some space here. 64 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. Well, that is a running back who was not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him. On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And he's got room. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. And the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Anthony Schwartz with a 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Raiders are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes this 35-0 now. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Barrios going to bring this out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the 4th quarter, facing the big deficit. Just what silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big, you really have like 1 possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run to have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rock Ya-Sin.
Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road and help seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance, they're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
And this offense on third down today, they have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively, all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. Here's Jacobs. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal.
That's a great run right there on 1st down. Didn't quite get into the end zone, but now you've set yourself up for at least 2, maybe 3 more shots from close range.
2nd and goal from the 1. They'll go with a keeper. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad is on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
And this will be a touchback. Barrios deciding not to bring it out.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the 4th quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mention in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll try to run for the first. And oh my goodness, he loses it again. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back.
And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
Felt compelled to go for it there on fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a fourth down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Open man is Edwards. He's got it.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
A 6-yard pickup. Here we go.
Second and 4.
Well, this is intercepted. They get Ritter for the 3rd time. And the Raiders are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. Oh, my goodness, CD. I mean, this defense just continuing to dominate. They're really dominating on both sides of the ball. But for the defense, that's now 3 interceptions for them here in this ball game.
And what a great teaching tape for this defensive coordinator, right? When they go back and review this game, what does he always tell us that he preaches to his team? We're going to lead the league in effort. Well, they're doing that in this game as well as making big plays.
For the winning team here, Charles, that's about as big and clean of a win as you could hope for in the National Football League. No turnovers. Well, meanwhile, you forced turnovers. You didn't allow any points, and you